Sorry, my anxiety acts up around hot unicorns. Oh no. Mind if I hold your hoof? Yes, I rub your shoulders. So much anxiety.
What's up, guys? Spenny. Whatever you think of Tom Cruise, he's a marketing genius. When asked a political question during his Mission Impossible promotional tour during the 2024 election, he says, "We're not here to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the movie. That's it." And that's the correct response, because the way you make money in Hollywood is you get the greatest number of people to buy a ticket to watch your movie. If people don't want to see you, or they're turned off by the actors or actresses, activists that you put on the big screen, well, then you're going to lose money. And Disney has become the master of this because, well, we live in a center-right country. We live in a country that looks like that. The majority of the population voted for Donald Trump. He won the popular vote, all 7 swing states and 90% of the counties in that country. And so that's where the buying power is. But Disney continues to hire psychotic, insufferable activists for their key IP, for their major money makers, like the live action remake of Snow White, where they cast a Guatemalan actress who is a psychotic radical, and she tanked, by the way, the movie all by herself. We can prove it. Listen to this.
Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
I don't need your business. Okay, well, so why would you hire somebody like that if you're a business? Like, she can do whatever she wants, but why put her in charge of Disney's most historic IP, Snow White? The first movie that won an Academy Award for Disney, that put the entire production house on the map. You know, here she is in the promotion of that movie. How egregious is it? Benny, you're cherry picking social media clips. Okay, how egregious is it? Here we go. "I love you all so much," says Rachel Ziegler, who still has pronouns in her. "Thank you for the 120 million views on the trailer in just 24 hours. What a whirlwind," she says. This is in promotion of the Snow White movie. And then she says, "Free Palestine. Always remember." Of course, this response got far more engagement than her promotion of the movie, and that is the problem. People are sick of it. Snow White did, in fact, bomb. It had a abysmal box office performance this year, 2025. And according to all available reports, the negative reception was mainly because the movie sucked, and also because of the controversy mired negative fan reaction to Rachel Ziegler, and of course, all of her activism. Steep drop off. The movie's box office revenue fell sharply. The audience had no interest in it. It was one of the most damaging films that Disney has ever made. It lost hundreds of millions of dollars. So this is something you obviously don't want to repeat. You don't want to have videos of Rachel Ziegler in empty theaters, right? Shrieking by herself. This was her. I mean, I still can't believe it. You know, just because you filmed it doesn't mean you have to post it on the internet. What are you trying to do in showing the empty theater? But you know, this horror has repeated itself for Disney. In the latest Tron film, it has also been an abysmal disaster. This is, of course, a Tron soft reboot remake of the 1980s classic. It failed at the box office. And everyone's saying that it's going to destroy the career of its leading star, Jared Leto, who also had to go into an empty theater in order to promote the film.
I said, "Are you ready?"
Look at this.
How you doing, San Francisco?
This is an opening night of Tron, or in San Francisco, Tran. And as you can see here, the theater is not even half filled. Look at that. That is incredibly sad. There are far more people living in tents on the streets outside of the theater than are sitting inside of the theater buying a ticket. And Jared Leto, who used to be a bankable Hollywood actor, a Disney box office star, he's there in person speaking to an empty theater. What a
We have to come and say
Disney.
hello and say thank you so much for coming to very few people in the world have seen this movie. I'm telling you, some of the
Very few people in the world did see the movie, Jared. Jeez, you don't have to like, he's as bad as Rachel Ziegler. Not really, but pretty bad. It was woke. It was a big girl boss Same like with Snow White, race swap, gender swap, girl bossing. Tron movie. Fresh woe for Disney as latest barrel-scraping reboot with 53-year-old leading man tanks at the box office. Disney is seeing this play out again and again and again. You inject wokeness and political activism into the actual promotion of the movie, which they did, and then you lose a ass ton of money when the movie fails. And that can't go on forever. It really can't. And that's why it's really scary that Disney's number one most bankable movie star, or at least used to be, Pedro Pascal, is repeating this cycle. Pedro Pascal, Disney Marvel star, in something that Disney desperately needs to be a success, did in fact bomb at the box office after going insanely political. Pedro Pascal's new Marvel film, the original Marvel tale, The Fantastic Four, bombed at the box office due to factors like poor marketing campaign, miscasting of stars like Pedro Pascal, and this is Google's AI. Geez, I mean, this is brutal. And by the way, go follow Nerdrotic. Here's his channel right there. That's how you should consume your entertainment news. And drastic second weekend drop-off. The film saw an estimated $40 million in its second weekend, representing a 66% decline from its $100 million opening weekend. Devastating by many reports. Okay, so why would you... Well, so they gender swapped the female Silver Surfer, and Pedro Pascal was cast as Reed Richards. Pedro Pascal is woke. He is the privileged, spoiled son of literal communists who were chased out of their country because they were communists. And now he's here in America behaving like a dirty communist. And this is Disney's number one star out at the No Kings protest this last weekend. What I'm trying to do is I'm just laying the groundwork. Like, it's the same story after another. Like, Hollywood superstar decides to go get extremely politically active. I'm not saying that they should only cast Trump supporters. I'm not saying they should put Trump on a Bud Light can, even though that'd be the number one selling can in the world. I'm saying that what you should do is not actively piss off the majority of the nation with insufferable activism from your place of extreme privilege. These are literal movie stars. You are literally a movie star worth tens of, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, and you and your skis bag, dirtbag friends are like, gross, filthy, privileged. You don't work real jobs. You never had a real life. And you're holding up signs like this: No kings, only queens. Got it. Pedro Pascal at the No Kings March. There you go. Oh, yes, your little Marxist power hand up. Pedro Pascal at the No Kings March in Los Angeles. Got it. What exactly are you fighting? Multi-million. Pedro Pascal can at any time donate. Isn't it wild that he's one of the biggest movie stars in the world? And that's just really more of a commentary on how pathetic Hollywood is at making stars anymore. He's one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and he could just walk around LA. He can just walk around this political protest without a care in the world. But if I were to go to one of these protests, I would need armed security. I would be like any one of the other colleagues of mine who went to these protests and were violently attacked. Charlie Kirk style. All of these protesters are calling for further assassinations, more death. They're violently attacking Savannah Hernandez, Alex Stein, and so on, any conservative that dared to walk through. But Pedro Pascal can just wander around with what looks like no security guards. Isn't that amazing? What privilege. Pedro Pascal at today's No Kings downtown. Los Angeles. Protect the dolls. Okay. Here he is again, kissing a giant unicorn. Pedro Pascal during the No Kings March. What privilege. Here he is in front of a giant inflatable Donald Trump with his skis bag friends. Los Angeles is disgusting, man. Los Angeles culture is gross. Built for Pedro Pascal. He is actually a Nepo baby communist whose parents whose Marxist parents came here, and that is what he's pushing. Jack Black has learned absolutely nothing. Jack Black is wandering around at a No Kings protest, although I don't know if he just trying to get somewhere, or is he actually trying to protest with the No Kings people? I don't know. This is the only video that I have of Jack Black kind of like wandering the streets during the protests. Other people that are celebrities there, Bill Nye the Science Guy, is he really a celebrity? Really? And then the definitely the no queens here, you know what I mean? Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, and his son. Yikes. Unfortunate phenotype there, truly. Hollywood show, this is like the like female male, low testosterone phenotype. This is the low T phenotype. Okay. Other dumb celebs. Pedro Pascal was really excited to stand up for Jimmy Kimmel. I wonder why. Yeah. This is the same man who was silent when his co-star, Gina Carano, was fired over a social media post. He also spelled free speech wrong. He did. He literally spells it wrong. They're so dumb. Okay, well, make them all give speeches to empty theaters. Again, what a sad and abysmal state that Hollywood is in. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself, Hollywood, because of stuff like this. So keep it going. Keep it going. The less power that Hollywood has, the more power goes to the people. That's what Pedro would want. It's more betting, like, share, and subscribe. See ya.